Hello everyone. In this series of JavaScript documentation, we have so far seen some of the methods in the date object on the previous video. Also, we have also seen how to sort an array and iteration method of array and some constant variable and array in the previous video as well. In this video of this JavaScript documentation, we're gonna see the JavaScript Math object. So JavaScript Math object is something available on a global level under the Math object itself. So first of all, we have this constant variable pi. So whenever we want to print something math.pi, it will gonna give us 3.1416 and it's up to I believe 16 decimal point. And also we have this pi. We have also different thing. So we have this e, which is a Euler number, pi we just now seen. We have a square of 2, then we have then square of half, like which is the square root of half. We have a logarithm of log 2 and log base 10 and log base 2e and log base 10e. This is some of the standard logarithm and math object available. So if you notice the value for each of the value, for e is this pi is 3.14, we know that square 2 is a 2 of square root. So these are other example. Sometimes we will use mostly the pi value, sometimes if we use so much of mathematics, and we sometimes may use the square root and log base algorithm. The main thing about JavaScript what we use mostly is a math round, math ceiling, floor and truncate. So let's look into round first. So math round, we'll gonna round the value which we know in mathematics. So 4.9 equal to 5, 4.7 equal to 5, but 4.4 will gonna give us 4, 4.2 equal to minus 4.2 equal to minus 4. So we know that up to 4.5 is always gonna round up to the integer number value or something like that. Ceiling is opposite of round. So if we have 4.9, it will get a 5. If 4.4 also, if we receive 5 here, which we in the round we know that it will return 4, but notice that 4.2 will gonna return 5, but in negative number it will return 4. So it always return the minus side. So now we have math floor. So floor will gonna always return the integer value. So for even 4.9 will gonna return 4 and 4.2 will gonna return minus 5. Notice that here, but for other cases always return 4 here. Truncate is also similar to floor, but for negative number we have the difference here. So 4.2 here we receive minus 5, but here we will receive 4 as well. Math sign will gonna do is a negative or positive. So it's like if x is negative then null or positive. So if sign minus 4 is a minus 1, 0 and 1. So always remember this is important when you want to know that if it's a negative number or positive number. So this is available only ES6 value. Power operation is a to the power, so 8 to the power 2 is equal to 64. And also square root is 64, square root is 8. This is the absolute value. So if we have minus 4.7 in absolute value, we're gonna 4.7, which will gonna remove the negative number. And this is all the sine theta radius operation. So sine 90 degree into math pi into 180 will return 1 because sine 90 degree. Cos 60 or something. See, this is cosine. This is math minimum and maximum. So in a array of value, if we want to return a maximum or minimum, we can do that. So we pass the array inside a minimum object and it will return the minimum or maximum. Random is another operation which I can do randomly. It will generate number. So return a random number between 0 to 1, inclusive and exclusive. So we can try it out. So if you notice that every time we run it, we return a different number here. And we have this math logarithm base. So natural number of logarithm is like if you understand in mathematics, log 10 will be written this 2 point something below. So we just saw the log this log 2 will gonna 2 base, and this is log 10 base. So other than that, we also have this assign, tan, cos, um, also cosine, cos. So there are other operations also available. For more understanding, I would recommend to go each of these function and try it out. In real time, probably lot of the things you will not require. Maybe some of the things which you're gonna require is this max and minimum, then random, POW, round, ceiling. Then sometimes we will record the floor, then absolute. These are the measured thing you always need to remember. So let's go to random. So we just saw the basic random example, right? It will return a decimal value, right? So if we have a random number base 10, so if we do that, for example, if we want an integer value, so we can say math random and we multiply by 10 decimal by 100 decimal if we return a 10 times value, and then we floor it. Then that's why we get integer value. So now if every time we return, we get a different number if you look in this value. So if we want something, remember these two difference. If we want a random number between 0 to 9, we use this math floor. If we and multiply by 10. If we want 0 to 10, we multiply by 11. Just notice this difference. And also we can take between 0 to 99 is we multiply by 100, and 100 on we're gonna return 0 to 100. We also can do different way. We can floor it and then later we add this one number. This will also give us the same return. Boolean is a small portion, we can check it out here. Also Boolean is a comparison operator, so either yes or no. Based on that we can take a conditional statement. So if 10 is greater than 9 or 10 is greater than 9, something like that, it will get return true or false. So it is in a comparison operator is equal, less than equal, or greater than equal. So these are the main thing. So if it's a string, we can use the comparison equal, and it's a number, then greater than or less than. We can use the greater than less than in data operator operation also. Just remember, because it's a timestamp base. So there are some exception. So for example, here if you notice that 100 is Boolean, 100 is a true value because it's a value, but 3.14 is also a true value. Then minus 15 is also a true value. Array not empty string is a true. So if we have any Boolean string is a true, any array, sorry, any string value. Even a string false is also a true value. Any zero value, a mathematical operation which is equivalent to 0, expect 0, is a true value, but 0 we know that is a false. And so here is a 0 example. So if we set a 0, the 0 is a false value. Okay. Minus 0 is also a false value, and also empty string also a false value, undefined also a false value, and then null is also a false. Then if we say x equal to false, also we're gonna return as a Boolean false, and none is also a false value. If we define an object x equal to false or something, then new Boolean that can be also defined, but the value will gonna be as a Boolean. Here if you notice, this is an object which is also a false, but we we don't define a boolean like this in normal cases. It's always recommend to define like this. X equal to false is if x equal to undefined, which is also false equal to false, then we can define like this: y equal to new boolean value equal to false. So if we print it out, if we notice that this is a true value, because here x equal to false and y equal to false, and false equal false, yes, true. So two false become a true. So if you learn about the boolean algebra, is similar to that. So x and y both have the same value. So I hope that's it. In the next video we're gonna see the comparison and conditional operation. Hope to see you in the next week. Bye.